Welcome back to the Hot Zone Sports Report with me. Get my monitor right, Ryan Van Dever. I just wanted to give a shout out to all my subscribers right now. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. It means the world, and I hope that we can continue to pump out all this content. We're going to be focusing a lot on college football. There's a lot of stuff that I want to push out within college football, a lot of unknown players that you guys may not know of, um, a lot that the media doesn't cover. So it's time for them to get them shine and give them their flowers. So without further ado, here is your daily dose of sports headlines. The first headline is going to be with WNBA number one pick, Caitlin Clark. I'm sure this one's going to rise a little bit of issues. She got another endorsement deal today with Wilson, the basketball supplier for the WNBA. So basically, what's going to happen with that is the company is dropping 3 white and gold Clark branded Wilson basketballs titled Threes Up, Record Breaker, and Crowd Maestro. That is going to feature laser engravings with some of the guard's signature moments from her time at Iowa. Now, uh, Caitlin Clark responded with a quote: "I think it's super special and it's been fun for me. I feel like I was just that young kid who got those basketballs that I was at the store or I would store in my garage. I'm just very lucky and fortunate to partner with Wilson to create something that everyone can enjoy. It connects a lot of generations and it'll be fun to see kids walking around and holding them." End quote. Now, the official game ball of the WNBA is Wilson. Since Clark has burst on the national scene as a superstar in the college ranks, she has garnered deals with Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, and more. Now, on a side note, Clark and the Indiana Fever, a very, very young team, are 0-4 to start the WNBA season, but they have a chance to pick up their first win Wednesday at Seattle, which will be tomorrow for you guys because I'm recording this the night before. um, Another interesting thing today is Justin Fields came out and he had a nice little interview where he spoke about Russell Wilson, and he said, "quote We were in the same situation last year with having the number one pick, and it was just a little bit different this year." He was speaking from the first time since the trade. He says, "I'm not naive to the fact that I can read body language and stuff like that. It wasn't really a shock to where it's like, oh, I got traded. I knew what was going to happen beforehand, so I'm just glad I got traded to the spot where I wanted to be at." He also added it was a relief to know his destination. Um, what I'm going to say about that is Russell Wilson has regressed over the years since his time in Seattle, his time in Denver. Um, was not the greatest. Um, so I don't really, even though he has Pickens and all these weapons, Najee Harris, I, I don't know how it's going to work. I really don't. There's going to be a lot of competition on those sidelines, and the fans in Steeler country are just going to be waiting for one slip up, the first interception that Russell Wilson throws, and they're going to be chanting Fields' name. So it's going to be interesting this NFL season to see how this plays out. Um, it's going to be interesting, to say the least. All right, on to other news. Um, when it comes to the Boston Celtics, they are missing Kristaps Porzingis. He's slated to come back in. He's supposed to come back by Game 4. He's been dealing with a strained right calf. Um, he's been out since suffering the injury in Game 4 of the first round against the Miami Heat on April 30th. He missed the entirety of the 5-game conference semifinal series victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers. So it's very evident that the Celtics aren't going to rush. Um, they aren't going to rush him back. They're going to continue to be conservative in his recovery. But sources are saying that he is inching closer to a return. Um, so I don't know. It's going to be an interesting series with the Pacers. They're playing right now, and they are tied at 117 apiece going into overtime. So it's definitely going to be a highly competitive series. It's just I don't know. It's going to really depend how badly they need Porzingis scoring. If you look at the scores throughout the season when these two teams played each other, um, there were blowouts by both sides. There were close games by both sides. So I don't know. It's really going to depend which team decide to show up. Uh, so I don't know. They may need Porzingis just to add a little cherry on top. Maybe I think they'll be okay by Game 4. I don't think they're going to be getting swept by the Pacers by any means. So they should be all right. It's just calf injuries are tricky. They can be re-injured quite easily, and with Porzingis having the stature that he does, there's going to be a higher probability that he does injure it. If and there's a big if the Celtics don't do their due diligence. All right, and moving on to some more NFL news. Maybe. Whatever. I guess not. My computer froze up. All right. So there was a report that came out today from Nolan Richardson. He had a quote today and said that John Calipari is going to end Arkansas's title drought. if you guys don't know, John Calipari, basically him and Kentucky parted ways, and um, he ended up going to Kentucky to a team that basically had one guy on the roster. But Calipari has done a pretty good job rebuilding the program. Um, Pretty easy to do with the name that he has. But anyway, Nolan Richardson, um, he came out today and he said, I don't see why it wouldn't be a job where Calipari would come in and win a national championship, Richardson said. I can see that they can. I don't know another coach who could do it better than Calipari because of his recruiting. There's one thing you can say about Calipari, his game plan uh, may not be top notch from time to time, but when it comes to um, his recruiting and his ability to get high caliber players through the transfer portal, he's top notch. Um, I don't know if anybody's better than him. So I know him getting a title and rebuilding a program like Arkansas would probably just mean the absolute world to him and further increase his legend as a college basketball coach. So I am not going to go into Major League Baseball. There are a lot of games today, and I got to get up early for work. Yeah, your boy has a job. But I hope everybody has a great Wednesday. If you have any questions, concerns, or if you just want to have a conversation with me, my door is always open. You can send me a DM whenever you want. Uh, but until next time, the Hot Zone Sports Report and Ryan Van Dever logging off. Peace.